What's up, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. Welcome to another Elite versus Elite episode. Today we're doing the AK12. I was saving this one for a little bit later in the series, but I got requested to do it, so I put in the extra work, and I'm putting out the second Elite versus Elite of the day. The one I did earlier was the SN6. If you haven't seen that, click on the first link in the description. You can see that. I haven't done a rehash of what Elite versus Elite is in a while, so if you have just joined the channel, Elite vs. Elite is a series where I take the two Elite variants of every gun in Advanced Warfare, any two Elite variants that I actually have, and I compare the two of them. I talk about stats. I play two games, and I play the two games back to back, and I take my best lives from the two games. For free-for-all, which is what I'm doing right now, I actually took my two first games that I won. Most of the time, I'll just take the first two games. In this, and I do all different kinds of game modes, just depending on whatever gun it is. I am actually very comfortable with the AK-12, so I decided to do free-for-all for a change, and this is the first one that you're actually seeing free-for-all on. So, on Defender, you're seeing the AK-12 RIP, or the R.I.P, and on Atlas Gorge, you're seeing the AK-12 Finger Trap. These two weapons, it's pretty one-sided as far as the stats go, but I just want to talk about the two weapons, kind of comparing anyways, because there's just something about that finger trap. I don't know what it is. It's not supposed to be good. Like, if you look at the stats, it should not be a good weapon, but I just like it. I've got a feeling for it, and I just love that weapon so much, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. So, first thing we're going to do is throw up the R.I.P. stats on the screen, and you guys can follow along while I read them out, and then we're going to talk about them a little bit. So, the R.I.P. has +2 accuracy, +1 damage, -2 magazine size, which is terrible, but terrible downside, and -1 mobility. So what that's going to mean, let's start with the downsides. The -2 magazine size, this is going to put you down to 22 bullets in a magazine. The AK-12 usually has 30, and 22 is really bad. You're generally going to get like maybe 1 or 2 kills before you have to reload, and that's not a good thing with this weapon. You really don't want to be reloading as often as you have to with the RIP. The one thing that you can do to combat this is put on extended mags, and that is definitely a recommended attachment for the R.I.P. But we'll get into that in a minute. So your -2 magazine size is not a good thing. -1 mobility, no big deal. That's just one mobility. It's not going to make a huge change to your stats. You're not going to have to change your playstyle a huge crazy way to balance yourself back out from that. You don't even need to worry about the mobility, so just erase that out of your brain. The +2 accuracy is going to make this weapon an absolute laser beam. You're going to have barely any kick. This is going to be one of the most accurate guns in the game, and you don't even have to run a foregrip anymore. Not that you should have anyways. The AK-12 is a very accurate weapon to begin with, but this +2 accuracy is just unreal how accurate this is now. So you definitely do not need a foregrip. If you're putting on a foregrip, then you're either very paranoid that you have bad aim, or you're just doing it wrong altogether. The last stat is definitely the most important on the AK-12 RIP, and that is +1 damage. That +1 damage may seem kind of measly, like 1 damage, that's not going to do anything, but it does. The +1 damage is actually so major for the AK-12 RIP, it's unreal. The +1 damage is going to make the AK-12 RIP a 4-shot kill at every range, including the ranges when you have a suppressor on the AK-12. That means that no more 5-shot kills at any range, where the regular AK-12 and the finger trap, they both have to get those 5-shot kills when they drop off the range, whereas the AK-12 RIP is going to be a 4-shot kill at any range. It's going to be 3-shot kill up close, but 4-shot kill at the farthest distance. If you're shooting across the map of Atlas Gorge, if there was a way that you could stand on one end and shoot to the other end, you're going to get a 4-shot kill no matter what. So this is a very good weapon, especially because that 4-shot kill is not actually, it's not affected by the suppressor. Most of the time you throw a suppressor on, you're going to lose your damage. You're like, well, you don't lose damage, but you lose range enough that you lose damage. However, with the AK-12 RIP, if you have a suppressor on that, you're going to get a 4-shot kill at any range, even with a suppressor. So it makes for a wonderfully suppressed weapon, and it's a really, really good weapon as long as you're going to use it for a special situation. Now let's talk about the finger trap before we get into the actual comparison. So the finger trap has, as you can see on screen by the stats, +3 handling, and that other little symbol that's kind of hard to see is no attachments. You cannot put a single attachment on this gun. No optics, no magazines, no grips, no nothing. No attachments on the finger trap at all. So obviously, right away you're gonna notice that the R.I.P is going to have the instant edge. It's got accuracy bonuses, damage bonuses. This one just has 3 handling. Like, do you know what handling does in this game? Handling on the AK12 is your hip fire. That's how wide your hip fire cone is. So basically, you're going to be able to hip fire better with the finger trap, and that's it. And then you just can't put any attachments on it at all to make the weapon specialized in any certain way. You can't customize this weapon to your playstyle. You can't suppress it. You can't put sights on it or optics so you can see enemies at longer distances. You can't put grips if you're not perfectly okay with the kick. You can't put grenade launchers if you're one of those people. But you just can't do anything with this gun. But there's just something about it. Like, the handling does nothing. Handling is your hip fire spread, and you shouldn't be hip firing a generally 4-shot kill weapon anyway. So the handling is completely useless, and then you're losing all the attachment opportunity on this weapon. So it's not a good weapon at all. It's just a regular AK. I mean, if you're okay with the AK, like the regular AK12, without putting any attachments on it, or if you're maybe doing like some kind of bare bones thing, if you're trying to do the AK12 without putting attachments on it, get that camo challenge done, it makes for a way better variant because you do have an extra little bonus. But other than that, it's not a fancy gun at all. It doesn't deserve to be an elite. It should really be just like an enlisted or a professional. It doesn't have the qualities of being an elite weapon. There's just something about it. I gotta say, guys, I love it. I don't know why. When I use it, there's just something that clicks in my brain, and I'm just amazing with this weapon. There's no secret stats on this. I've checked it all out. This is a very plain weapon. I just really like it. I'm really good with it. So if you have either of these variants, I definitely recommend you check them out. Try the finger trap out, even though it doesn't seem that great, and you might actually just fall for it like I did. However, the R.I.P is going to get the edge over the two in stats and playstyle as long as you specialize the R.I.P to work work the way it's supposed to. So let's talk about attachments right now. The R.I.P is actually going to need a suppressor and extended mags, and that is how you need to specialize this weapon, and it's going to be amazing. The finger trap, you can't put attachments on it, so don't worry about it. One other thing that I usually try to do in Elite versus Elite is I try to compare the camos. I run these things with regular camo on them, the stock camo, and we kind of compare them. The R.I.P is very golden and gemmy, like gemstone-y. It's kind of like it's got like some white pattern on it and stuff. I hate it. I don't like it. It seems like it's too much. It's too gaudy, and I just love the finger trap camo. It's just like classic Kalashnikov weapon look. It just looks so classic. It looks like a real battle hardened kind of weapon, like it's been used in the battlefield. It looks just awesome. Even though it's very plain, it just looks super sweet to me. And that one is going to get the edge for aesthetics. But total edge going to the R.I.P here. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. I want to talk to you guys about it. So, like I said, just let me know. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Add it to your favorites so you can enjoy it again. Share it with all your friends so they can enjoy it. And subscribe for more daily gaming goodness. I am looking at trying to put together a 200 subscriber special right now. So if you have any ideas on what I should do for that, if you're a diehard subscriber of BlackTideTV, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below right after you tell me your opinion on these two weapons. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. I'll see you all on my next video.